ブラマにひっくり返すんですよ。ブラマにひっくり返さなくていい？
大丈夫です。もう変わりそうなんで。Alright, getting back, we're talking about old David Bowie there. Who else? And anyway, like I see him as like a person that probably a lot of you guys would look up to. Just to keep constant track of what he's doing. You agreed somewhat, I think to a certain degree.
I know people who totally worship him and have totally come through everything that he's done. I think it's doing it again.
No, it's
not doing it again. He has never been one of my great influences. I mean, he's there. I respect him and I've loved some of his records. But it's, that's why there are so many artists, because music is a very personal thing, and what switches me on is not going to switch you on. I'd much rather listen to, I don't know, the people I've said.
He once said that all the guys in Duran Duran had no greater aspiration than to be like Brian Ferry. Always often is likened to Ferry as well for starting off the whole thing. But again, he doesn't mean much either.
No, I mean, oddly enough, I was very into Kate Bush, and she influenced me a lot in the beginning.
What was it about Kate Bush?
Oh, I don't. She was the first album artist that I got into when I finally started buying albums, and suddenly, with the depth of an album, I just went from one extreme to the other, from never being into one person and totally into her. I bought everything I could lay my hands on. And then it just progressed from there. I bought more albums. I love the Avalon album, which was the first Roxy Music album I bought. I'm sure if I listened to others, I'd probably get into them. It's just a case of that I was never able to, because you just didn't afford it.
You said the family was poor. What was your father doing for a living, just out of curiosity?
He was a miner.
A miner? In what part of England?
In the north of England, near Manchester. I had two brothers and a sister, and it was a low salary, and we had a council house, and etc.
What are those brothers and sister doing now?
Two brothers are a miner, and my sister is a receptionist at a recording studio.
And have you never had occasion to run into the sister on the job then?
I've never had the case to what?
To run into your sister working?
Yeah, I recorded a lot of my album at the same studio.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it was great.
And the parents are still in good health?
They're up in North still.
What do they think of your success?
They're very proud and stars in the town.
Are you supporting them now?
No.
Is that right?
They live up there and I live in London.
But it's not really a matter of that complete poverty, huh?
For them, I mean, it was never complete poverty. It was just very working class.
Working class. Well, it must be quite a change to you now, though. I mean, do you find any trouble adjusting to your lifestyle now?
No, because you adjust gradually. It was very strange at the beginning because we were such big stars, and everywhere we went, it was Kajagoogoo and screaming fans, and I had no money.
Is that right?
And yeah, it was strange, and of course the royalties come through, and you buy nicer clothes, and you adapt gradually.
Let's see if I can get back into the flow of this thing here. The girls in all the videos were all very sort of cute or glamorous. Videos. These were picked out by what? The manager or the director of the video, or is this
just the director, really?
Not really a reflection of your own personal.
It's just no. I mean, I liked it. They did the last video was very serious, and I love the Bond films. They're trashy, glamorous, and very funny, and so I didn't mind. I love glamour, and I love the way we did, especially the Utabia video. I wasn't too happy with the Too Shy video.
What's that?
Just wasn't. Just didn't turn out the way we, the way that we thought it would.
The Utabia was the one with the cartoons drawn in?
No, that was Hang On Now.
Oh, that was Hang On Now. I see. And what about your own video? Is that completed for the single?
Well, Only for Love You've not seen that one?
No, I have.
Oh, it's been done ages. I mean, it's been out.
Is that right?
It was out in England 6 months ago.
The exposure hasn't been very...
Well, there will be clips, I'm sure, after the festival especially. I didn't want to look depressed. I mean, there'd been such a big thing about me being thrown out of the group, and I wanted to look like I was happy. So I said to the director, put some humour in the video, and we got this great actor, Danny Peacock, who was very funny, and we came up with a funny script, and I just did a nice tongue-in-cheek type humorous video.
With your love of the theater and drama and all, I would imagine you insist on having quite a bit of say in the making of the video. Or is that not the case?
Funnily enough, it wasn't.
Oh, really?
The director showed me the storyboard, and I suggested a couple of things, and I liked it, and we shot it. I guess if I wasn't happy with it, I would have said something.
You tend to like the flamboyant...
I must tell you, when I leave Japan, I'm going on to Australia to shoot a video with the reputed Russell Mulcahy.
Oh, who's that?
Oh my God!
Excuse me.
He shot the Duran videos, Rio, Hungry Like the Wolf. He shot the Elton John video, I'm Still Standing.
Oh.
The very famous Vienna video, Vienna by Ultravox. He did Bonnie Tyler's
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Total Eclipse of the Heart. He's done so many. I think the Elton John ones were the best.
That almost got a prize there, as I recall.
Well, and also I think the Rio video, Hungry Like the Wolf. He is the best, and it's very hard to get hold of.
Oh, is that right?
My new manager is a good contact of his, and it's been arranged, and I think that's going to be really something I'm looking forward to.
Why Australia?
Because I'm going there anyway, and that's where he's based.
Oh, is that right? Did he, out of curiosity, did Bowie's Let's Dance?
I don't know.
That was done in Australia.
I don't know.
Oh.
He probably did.
Are you just leaving up the whole production to him, story and all? Or?
Well, he's going to hear the songs and come up with some suggestions, and I'm sure I'll love them.
You don't have any idea what it's going to be like, though?
Well, we haven't decided on the single yet.
Oh, I see.
There's a possible song called I Was a Fool, and it's a very dramatic love song, the breakup of a love affair, and the guy regretting it. And the way the song started in my head was I pictured a very dramatic love scene ending where the guy wakes up in bed and she's gone in the middle of the night and left a note, or just gone. And the lyric is he goes, I open my eyes to find that you're not there, and quickly arise. And then he's saying to himself, yes, I was led to believe we had a love affair. Did you have to see me? And I'm sure if that is the single, there will be a scene like that, because I mean it would be perfect. The lyric, the guy wakes up, I open my eyes, But on the other hand, I guess it could go totally the other way, ending how Russell would see it.
You seem to dwell a lot on love in the songs there. But a busy man like yourself, I don't imagine you have much time for stuff like off-stage romances.
Oh, love is a great thing, and when it comes, it's very powerful. I think love is the closest thing to God. It's very spiritual because it's the only thing that can move you like nothing else. Real love. And I think if you look at the history of records and charts over the years, I mean, everybody sings about love, even Bowie. Modern Love, China Girl, Let's Dance, they're all love songs. They'll always be accepted because love is the most powerful thing in life, and I don't feel I'm any exception there.
What was your first experience with it? When you first woke to it?
Oh, very young, 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
crushes and that sort of thing, but it's very close to love. When you fall and you go, absolutely cuckoo, person's on the mind, and you can't eat or sleep.
You're not
usual sort of thing.
You're not married now, though, right?
No, I'm not married, not engaged. I'm a single man working hard, and if love comes along, it's fine.
What you had thought about before?
No, I don't think you plan it. I mean, that's also the other great thing. It's elusive. You can't just go out and discover it. You know, it's totally one of those things that happens.
But I would imagine when you go completely head over heels that you, instead of living with that person or just settling down and getting married, or has that never been a reality?
I don't know. I love kids, but I wouldn't like to think I got married because I wanted children. I'd like to think I got married because I love the person. So, you know, no planning, no thoughts. If it happens, it happens.
Do you think it was that way with your own parents? Were they pretty much devoted to each other?
My mother was totally in love with my dad and married him at 17.
Is that right? Wow. So she must still be pretty young right now then.
44.
Is that right?
Yeah.
As a kid, 25. That's great. What about in your own case? There's nobody right now who you're thinking about tying the knot with.
You know, my career is the desire has been there so strong all my life, and I feel I'm getting closer to my dream as I travel to Tokyo, and I have interviews with people like yourself, and it's very satisfying that people are interested in something that I've created and something that I want to be, which is a performer and music that I've created, and that's really making me very happy at the moment. If love happens along the way, I guess it'll be a nice balance.
But for the time being, it is secondary.
I think so, and even when it happens, it can be a great strain on, of course, any relationship. You don't have to be a pop rock musician. You could be in any job that involves a lot of traveling.
But realistically speaking, you're away from your parents and your brothers and sister, and you're not living with anybody. I mean, isn't it very lonely to be where you are?
I live with my sister.
Oh, you do live with your sister?
And we have a lot of friends. You know, I don't feel lonely. I mean, my day, there are never enough hours in the day, usually, especially back at home.
Do you ever think you could live alone, though?
I wouldn't like to.
Oh, really?
The great thing about life is, you know, it's people. That's what life's all about. And you like to feel. I'm one of those people who like to be around people. I mean, people always get times when they want to be alone, but more than anything, I think I like to be with people.
You sound like you're very satisfied with the way things are going. Have there been any hardships that have accompanied the fame?
No.
Not at all?
No. I mean, you always get the times when you don't want to be bothered. I just stick a hat on and glasses, and I don't get recognized. I just do some shopping. But for the most part, I enjoy it. It's what I wanted, and I like it.
That's the worst part, though, just being recognized.
I wouldn't say it was the worst part. I enjoy it. But there are times when I just don't want to be bothered because, you know, for example, if I go to Brentcross shopping centre near my home, I wouldn't get my shopping done if I went to Limahl. I would end up doing like a personal appearance and signing autographs. So it's just a case of adapting to the situation.
Well, how do you remedy that?
As I said, I have this hat. This is a totally stupid hat, like a woolly hat. I just put it over and glasses, and you wouldn't know me from Adam.
You must look like a burglar.
I actually look quite stupid in it, I must admit.
But it does get the shopping done.
That's right. Anything to get the shopping done.
What basically keeps you going? Is it, you say, pursuing this dream then? What would be the ultimate? If there is an ultimate.
I don't know. I mean, when I do the festival, that will also be another dream realised, because to play in front of a 10,000 live audience and to be televised to millions and to have a whole orchestra, I wonder how I'm going to feel after it. I'm just going to want more.
But what festival are you talking about?
I'm doing the Tokyo Music Festival.
Oh, the Tokyo Music, yeah, that's right.
And I'm sure that I'm going to want that more. But I always wonder how someone like Bowie must feel, who has done his last tour, the big world tour, the big one for him, where it was like tens of thousands at every city, and you can't really get much bigger than that. I wonder where you go from there. He's doing the new Bond movie, I believe.
Oh, is that right?
I believe he's acting in that. So I don't know. Things seem to turn up, I suppose, and a few holidays and a bit of time alone, and you just want to get back out there.
Don't you think a person like that can become a caricature of themselves, though? Become so big and bombastic that they become sort of a glitzy...
I just wonder, as I say, and I won't know until I reach it if I ever do, how one would feel. I guess if you did it and you thought, well, that's it, you maybe would give up, I suppose. But people seem to keep going. Because, like Bette Davis has done like millions of movies and she's an acclaimed actress and won all the awards, but she still acts. She loves it. And you do it because you enjoy it.
Do you think you have much of a chance in this Tokyo Music Festival?
They tell me I do.
Do you know who you're up against?
Laura Branigan's sort of other big international star. I think Only for Love is a strong song, and I think it's going to sound good with an orchestra, and I've had a good musical director do an arrangement. The song's already in the charts here, and it's doing quite well, and I guess that's in its favour. So, I'm comfortable.
Why did you decide to do the Tokyo Music Festival?
It was suggested to me by Toshiba Limahl. They told me all about it, and they said it was very much really a solo thing, a solo performance, rather than a group, and I thought it would be better for me rather than Kajagoogoo. And it's something that I guess I would want to do more than that. So I said, great, it sounds great.
Since coming to Japan, what have you noticed here? Is there anything caught you off guard that you considered unusual, stranger than you had expected?
Well, it's a totally different world. I mean, in terms of, all the people have strange eyes. They're very happy people. They seem very happy and content.
Seem very happy.
They seem very happy people.
Why do you get that idea?
They just seem, I don't know, they just seem very happy and very jolly, very content with life. It's nice to see, not frustrated and I mean, in capitals around the world it can be deceiving because once you get out in the suburbs you can get a real taste of the country, and in international cities where all the big offices and big record companies and whatever, it can appear to be the same, but there's definitely here a very different lifestyle. Food is very different, people look very different. I think they have a different culture.
Did you know anything about Japan before coming here?
No, I've liked some Japanese music. I got into Ippudo very much, and Yellow Magic Orchestra. I love some of that. I knew it was a catching place. I mean, Christ, they make all the stereos here, all the cars, all the cameras. And I've heard great things about it. And, this is my first day working. And, I feel very comfortable. I'm happy to be out of the studio. I mean, I've been in there for 6 solid weeks, 14 hours a day. And this is my 3rd day out.
Is that right?
So it's a kind of relief to be out and know that it's done and know that things are progressing.
Oh, still the work schedule continues. It was a straight 6 weeks in the studio. Now that you're here, it's going to be straight work as well.
It's funny because it goes from one extreme to the other. You're stuck away in the studio, and in the end, you want to get out, and then you end up touring, do promotion. Of course, it can get tiring, and you want to get back to a quiet. I remember when I first got in the studio, I was thinking, oh, this is lovely. Just to be here, tucked away, and not hassled. And so it's rough and smooth.
When does the actual vacation first start, though? Real vacation?
I won't take a vacation now, probably. I mean, with my new manager, who's very much international, he was the manager of Rod Stewart for 13 years, really good. There's Tokyo, Australia, back to England, I've also been very successful in Europe with Only for Love. And I was known, of course, with the group. The first solo record did extremely well, actually sold 500,000 records.
Is that right?
And in Germany, I've been very successful. The record was #1 in Austria, top 10 in Switzerland and Portugal. So when I get back, after Australia, it's England and Europe again. And then, for the first time, it's a real go at America because of the new management. So, vacation seems to be, not on the horizon.
It doesn't bother you though?
No, I think there'll be time for holidays later. I want to get this done.
If you could have a vacation, like say in the next few days, what would you do?
I think I'd like to ski again. I like skiing.
Oh really? Well, I guess the north of England you get a lot of snow.
Switzerland.
Oh, you like to...
It's only an hour away. And it was wonderful.
And that's your greatest desire for the time being?
No, it's not
in terms of leisure activities.
I say skiing, but again, I love laying on beaches, sunny. Just, but at the moment, I do want to work. I'm happy working.
Is there anything you want to do other than, say, a solo career? Is there anybody you'd like to work with?
At the moment, no. I mean, often it just turns up. You get an offer, or you're asked to do something, you hadn't thought about it, and when it arrives, you think, oh. So nothing's happened, but I mean, if it does, I'll probably do it.
Have you gotten any offers from any other musicians?
No, John Jellybean, the guy, have you heard of Jellybean? He's a famous New York DJ who started in the clubs, and he started re-editing 12-inch singles, making them fabulous, scratch type thing, and editing, so you put bits together to make a 20-minute version instead of a 12. And he progressed, and he started getting offers from record companies to actually remix them, and he's just done the Say Say Say, Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney thing in America, which did very well. He also did a remix of the 12-inch of Too Shy, which also did very well. And now he's producing, and he just asked me, he wanted me to do a record. I don't know if it's going to happen, because I've just finished my album, and I don't see why I should record something else. It's another person's song. And it's very much a dance club record, and I feel that might give the wrong impression of my album. But it was an offer, and it was considered, and it probably won't happen, but, they just turn up.
Well, it seems that no matter what kind of album people come out with, there's always a dance mix of one of the songs. So, but you're afraid of getting the wrong impression?
Well, because... dance mixes usually come from a song on the album, and this would have been like a totally separate thing. I don't know, I'm not sure.
All right, well, rather than take up the rest of your precious time here, I think I got all I need there, despite the slight technical breakdown halfway through.
My real name is Christopher Hamill.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. And do you know Elton John's real name?
Reggie
Dwight.
Yeah.
So it's not an unknown thing to have another name. Adamant was another one. That was a totally fictitious name. So I wanted an interesting name. I thought it would like image, like I thought Sting. It's great because when you think of Sting in the music business, there's only one person called Sting, and rather than be Chris, it just didn't. So I switched the letters around of my surname, Hamill.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And I got Limahl as an anagram. And music papers in England tend to call me the charting anagram.
They're all hip to that already, huh?
I think so.
Huh.
Oregano.
That's right.